And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Right back to Drake. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Brissett. Dancing to his left. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Leopard! Leopard!
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
Rudolph throwing on 2nd down. This is Bell on the dump-off. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19. 3:19. Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to get it at the 20. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Running, it's Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the toss play, this is Drake. And he cuts right sideline and some room to go. A huge play that time for the Colts. 64 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Darius Geis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, Rudolph. And that's complete to Jesse James. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 11. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Drake. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. It's Drake, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
second down. Ingram. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Mark Ingram, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point attempt to follow here. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
What's up, yo?
Here comes Ryan Switzer to
Ain't
return
that,
it.
bro?
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that fat lady was like, give me all my fries.
To take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4's kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is
You know you can't play no nickel when I go against my big set, though, right?
Do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you
they
take
get
the ball
pushed
out
out
of his
the
hands
way.
and maybe turn to the running game, or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn
Yeah,
things around?
We'll see what they do.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Yeah, he getting smashed up. Oh, yeah.
And I believe the Colts have
He
recovered.
getting
Yes,
smashed
they
up
have.
right now, bro.
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost. in as many
I was the
weeks.
same way. They got,
Practice, and we watched him work.
yeah, I got rid of Luck, and somebody actually I just picked up them, and I realized Luck and my running back wasn't there, Mac. And so I had to. I don't even know who my damn personnel is, bro. Oh.
A first down throw for Brissett.
That's the first thing you should have went for.
And this play gets blown
Somebody
up.
else.
They'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll
You
set
in
them
Jersey,
back
bro?
for second down.
All right, we in Jersey, north or south? Oh, okay, Central.
So they had the big loss on that first down
We
pass
got Lakewood,
play,
Neptune,
and facing
Red
a
Bank.
second and long.
Come on, let's go.
Here's Brissett. He's going to get this one out to his fullback.
Huh?
And
Nah, I'm from
up
down that
losing
way. That's why I said
yardage
that, bro.
here back at the 21-yard
From Neptune.
line. That'll set him back with a loss
Nah,
of
from
3 on the
Neptune.
play.
Like, they're Neptune
And they're
anymore.
gonna face an uphill
Yeah,
battle
no
here on
doubt.
3rd and long.
Oh, okay. Further north then. I ain't no FBI, bro. You good?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Oh, okay.
Ohio.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Throw left side taken in by Galladay.
Yeah, Brissett is not
The
that bad,
completion
though.
good for only
I had to work
6,
with
and
him.
That'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast
He
offense
can't
or
handle
not,
pressure, though, but I get rid of the
one
ball quick enough, though.
maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the
Yeah,
second
my
half.
damn Cowboys took an L tonight.
And his kick here
Shit they
is
pants.
good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And
Who-
you know,
what-
in
what's
this
your
league,
team?
can
Who you
never
like?
have enough
The
points,
Steelers?
but this widens it out, as you said.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff
Yeah.
team on the field now as
Yo,
they will
you-
send this one away.
Y'all both was at the golf court real early, though.
Switzer now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out
Yeah, he
come the
done though.
Steelers.
He gonna be the
And
Patriots.
turnover
That's what I
last
tell you.
time, that's sort of been symptomatic
definitely gonna be
of
with
their
the
struggles
Patriots.
here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
At this point, they must go all the way.
They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the
Well,
last
seeing
possession.
them and
Symptomatic.
the Chiefs going at it, that's gonna be a good ass matchup.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Don't do that.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down.
Yo, that's how Eli is in my other league, bro. I had to get rid of that team. Eli was eating that ball left and right. I just said, yo, I can't do this no more. Oh, my bad.
A huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
I'm giving you the damn outs, and you ain't even taking them.
Here's Rudolph. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
You know what it was? Because y'all was home so early, so you got a lot of time to think about shit.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and forever.
4 down, 4 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Boy, and now they can't
Come
even
on,
get a
bro.
playoff.
I ain't even going to take that.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. Now Bell hit. He
Well, them
lost the
kids is
football.
hitting, bro.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Okay.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit. 57 to Mike.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to get the football
Okay, 2
in
minutes.
outstanding field position. And the Colts coming out now. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
White 90. It's going to be a long day.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Here we go. Grand 38.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 14. And they'll run it here. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
It's almost gotten to the point in the NFL where 3rd down is a throwing down, no matter what the distance. It just feels that way. So how about the discipline there by the defense? Understanding, reading their keys. They run the ball on 3rd down. They don't just handle it with technique and stay at home. They become disruptors, actually getting back there, making a big play, big loss, and now they flip the balance of the field for their team.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
3-19.
On 1st down, it's Rudolph. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
4 down. Set. Blue 90.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Good game, bro.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Let's go! What?
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
All right, bro. Peace out.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Indianapolis, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one.